Why do I look like that bitch from that painting? Hi. Is this thing on? Is this thing on? The thing is on. Okay, great. Hi, good morning. It is like 5:30 in the morning. I just finished making a whole batch of fucking tortillas and homemade bacon, potato, and egg. And I'm so fucking tired already. I woke up at like 2 o'clock in the morning. Hi, good morning. I am very hot. I think I'm having hot flashes. It's about time for the new moon, which means my cycle is coming to its end. I'm in my inner winter for those winter. Did you hear my voice crack? I'm in my inner winter for those who are females, people who have uterus havers in the house. What is up? My fucking coffee is missing. I am so angry. Where did it go? I don't know. I don't know, and I don't fucking care. I do care. I lied. I am so fucking tired. I need to do my makeup. I just found my Moon Stamp LA Colors Wickedly Glam Liner, whatever. Where's that waterproof shit? Because I think it's gonna rain today. I don't want my eyebrows to bleed. That'd be so embarrassing. I want to call myself a bad friend because I haven't gone to my friend's house and given her the powder poofs that I promised to give her. But I'm not a bad friend. That's not true. I'm just being hard on myself. I'm very hard on myself. Some people wouldn't believe it, but I am, in fact, extraordinarily like critical of myself. I'm sure actually some people would believe it. Because I'm always telling myself to shut the fuck up. Resorted to just putting all my shit that I use daily in one box. I'm stupid. Yeah. I found my double-sided tape, but I couldn't find it, and so I found some regular Scotch tape. Cool fact, my husband almost worked at the 3M plant in Texas. They have a 3M, like, who makes Scotch tape, this little red thing, it says 3M. There's a fucking factory that he almost worked at. But they wanted him to have a fucking college degree. It was at the height of schmo schmid, you know what I mean? And he was like, I'm not going to fucking college right now to get a fucking degree. I just need a place to work that's not Home Depot. Bitch. Just kidding. So I'm gonna do my eyebrows first. I think this is, I'm shaking, I'm sorry. This is waterproof. I have the Epic ink eyeliner. It's waterproof. This is what I like doing my eyebrows with because I don't want them to obviously fucking fall off during the day, like leak off my face. That would be embarrassing, but I've done worse, so it doesn't fucking matter. Um, um, yeah, so I don't fucking care. So I'm gonna go ahead and start doing my makeup. Maybe I'll speed this up. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll talk to you. Maybe I won't. I don't fucking know. But I'll put you somewhere right here. I need to shave my eyebrows off. But I don't know if I want to grow them out or shave them off. You shave the face. Cool fact, my homeroom teacher was also my math teacher in like my sophomore year in high school, and she used to make fun of me for having very thin eyebrows, and she'd pull me to the side even though she was kind of fucking cool and a little bit lenient. She was also, she kind of like took a shining to me, so she wanted me to be how she wanted me to be. You know what I mean? And she was like, "You shouldn't pluck your eyebrows that thin." Me, the lead paint stare, like. She was like, "You shouldn't pluck your eyebrows that thin because God gave us eyebrows to protect our eyes from the sun. God gave us eyelashes to protect our eyes from dust and the sun. Eyebrows are supposed to help protect you from like the sun." And yeah, we live in South Texas, so we get like 80% sun 80% of the year. 80 degrees or above. Okay. 80, 80, 80. 80, 80, 80. Um, but yeah, she was so cool. She was sweet. She was Southern, but she was also like, you knew she drank a little bit too much tequila whenever she went home. You know what I mean? Kind of thing. Um, what else? Yeah, no. So, anyways, I had my eyebrows very thin in high school, but I didn't like shave them off all the way. I just plucked them very thin. Um, and she was like, God gave you such good hair. Or, like, that's something that people always told me growing up. God gave you such good hair. Why do you fuck it up like that? Because like he also gave me like mental illness, so like like the fuck, like what are you talking about? What do you mean? He gave you such good long hair. Why do you fuck it up like that? Because he also gave me like a fucking broken brain. What are you fucking talking about? Okay, I'm going to do my eyebrows now that I shaved them off. But yeah, it's funny. Sometimes whenever I shave my eyebrows, I think back to my homeroom teacher slash math teacher being like, and me being like, so I told y'all about how I used to live in California, and I lived at this house where everybody's name was Alex. Um, and during my time living in East LA, there was a eclipse, and Alex was a welder, so we were able to like witness the eclipse. It was during the day, because he had like welding glass and shit like that. You know what I mean? But there was times where my mother was working and I stayed at home. Um, well, at the place at his house. And I lived in like the fucking hood in LA. Okay. And anyway, so yeah, it was like during this, like, I think it was like a solar eclipse. And anyways, it was wild. It was so weird. It was so weird to be in LA during a fucking eclipse and all this shit. So anyway, so check this out. California school system is different than Texas school system. And so I was out for summer. Bless you. I was out for summer, and the kids that lived at the house were not. So they would go to school, and then during the day, I was like, kind of like, had no one to play with. I had like, nothing. Bless you. So, I was stealing like lemons off this tree from this old lady's house, and she came out, and with a fucking broom and a spoon, and was like, cussing me out in Spanish, and I got in trouble. Um, and then like when I wasn't like getting in trouble for just being kind of like a weird kid climbing other people's trees and like stealing the fruit off their trees, while living in the fucking hood in like LA. um, during a fucking eclipse, right? So then I got in trouble, and so they put me to work. They made me, and I just told my husband the story the other day. I can't believe we've been married for over 15 years, and it's the first time I've told him the story. Like I told him about living in LA during the eclipse and shit like that, but you know, sneaking a rabbit into the state of California and all kinds of shit. Anyway, so they made me build a fence from scratch. I was like a little kid, and they were like, "Hey, you want to be a little fucking punk? You want to steal fucking lemons off a tree?" I was like, "I didn't know that was your tree, bitch. It was in an empty lot. I didn't know you fucking owned the lot." But no, it was like it was not their tree. It had just grown in an empty lot. But like that old lady, she like held it down. That was her tree. She was like, "That's where I get my fucking lemons from," you know. And she's so mad. Anyways, I got in trouble. I had to build a fence. So during my time living in LA, I learned how to build fences. Like other people, like it was glamorous. We did photo shoots. I like met people. We went to the club. I was like, I built a fucking fence, and I got in trouble for stealing lemons off a fucking tree from an empty lot. So, anyways, bitch, I learned how. Oh, and I saw a fucking eclipse. I learned how to build a fucking fence in LA. That's right, bitch. That's what the fuck you out there doing drugs? You out there shooting up, banging up, whatever. Bitch, I'm out here building fences. Yeah, so I got in fucking trouble. I had to build a fence. So it was just me and the older Alex. His name was, they called him Fat Alex. It was just, there was a bunch of different people named Alex, and they all had like little nicknames, right? They're like, this was Fat Alex, Skinny Alex. I told you guys about this before. Little Alex, you know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, I got in trouble for stealing lemons off of this old abuela's tree, and they put me to work and made me build a fence. And my mom was working, so she didn't know. She'd come home from work and be like, where is Emily at? And I'd be in the back, like fucking dark, sunburnt. There was not, I'm telling you right now, for some reason, the sun in LA hit different. There wasn't no trees, there was no fucking grass. I mean, everybody had rocks in their front yard because there was no fucking grass. It was crazy. It was fucking crazy. And they had these like fucking lizards that were very spiky. Okay, and I caught one. I took it back to Texas. They sell them here for like $100, but if you could catch one, they're very fast. But I was like a little Steve Irwin, and so I caught one of them, and he was my homeboy for a long time. Okay, I'm gonna go back. Anyways, I just wanted to share a short story while I was getting ready for nothing. Yeah, used to live in LA, fucking hood. This, and I got in trouble for stealing lemons. They made me build a fence. What else? Solar fucking eclipse. That shit was crazy. That shit was fucking crazy. There was like, I told my husband, I was like, I was this close to being like growing up there. Like I was this close to staying there, like going to school there and growing up there. Like that's wild. The crossroads that we come to in life. I was this fucking close, to like living there. And like I think to those intersections in life and think about how different life could have been had I stayed there. You know what I mean? Yeah, that was crazy, dude. But it was also very like isolating. I guess I'll talk while I fucking put my eyebrow shit on. It was very isolating. I was very sad. I didn't have my friends. Um, the people I was living with didn't really like me because I was a little different. I was not very good with paying attention. I had very bad ADHD. I didn't know Spanish. That's one thing that everybody was trying to communicate with me, but they spoke like hardcore Spanish, really, and I didn't. And so they were like to me, and I was just like, just a fucking dumb kid, a stupid kid, like. And so they were like, "Get the fuck out of the tree, you dumb bitch! Stop stealing my lemons!" Menace. So cool. Such a great story. Such a great story. Yeah. Oh my god, like people now are like, oh my god, I used to live in LA, and I was a dancer, la 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 la. I went to school there, la 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 la, all this shit. I built a fence and I stole lemons. Hi, what's up, bitch? Mm. Okay. Ugh. Oh my god. I had this fucking nightmare. Um, and I was sorry. Just real quick. Yeah. I had this nightmare that I was hanging out with my husband's family. I guess because they've reached out to him and shit, and they I'm just not gonna be specific about who and what. I'm just gonna kind of like talk. Um, they were extremely weird about me being Mexican. Um, and like growing up, being mixed, I've talked about before, being mixed, being lighter, whatever. People get really racist and colorist against how light or dark your skin is, whether or not you're allowed to be something, even if you're literal blood. It says one thing. They don't give a fuck as long as like on the outside you don't fit the bill. It is self-regulation of hatred at every level. It's stupid, it's dumb, blah blah blah. I've talked about it before how angry it makes me. Um, so it's not a surprise me saying, what the fuck. But I thought when I got older it would nullify, going to New Orleans really helped me be happy and content with who I am as a person inside and out, because New Orleans was so sweet and nice and kind and mixed up like a big old pot of gumbo, and people were so like sweet and reassuring and calming and loving, and I love it. I loved it. Um so anyways, I thought like as an adult, after you hit like certain experiences, you will like forget about bad stuff that has happened, and so you let your guard down. I think that's what I'm trying to say. I let my guard down, and specifically around my husband's family members who are a little bit older, and I was like, oh, okay, whatever. And like I sometimes I don't realize what I am and that it bothers people until there's a look in their eyes, there's a way they talk, there's a way they treat you. I've had relatives find out I'm Mexican and then immediately turn around and tell me that I should clean their house and that they'll pay me, and that they know that I'll give it a good scrub and shit like that. Like, just, I've had people say some very fucked off, offhand shit to me. So, anyways, this is so funny because I'm gonna go right back to bed after I do this makeup. So, anyways, I was talking to them and I had just met them. I'd never met them before. My husband hadn't met them again since like he was fucking 2 or something, some young ass age or something. I'm probably fucking that up like 10 or 2 or something, like very young. You know what I mean? Like, this person was not in my husband's life. We start talking about ancestry. And I said I wasn't gonna say anything. Anyways, one of my husband's relatives started talking about ancestry and being proud and stuff like that of their ancestry, and how concerned they were with how pure their blood was, and I was like, that's weird, that's whatever. It was kind of a red flag, but I wasn't like, I guess I was just being nice, because I was like, oh, yay, new family members. I don't really have a big family. This is exciting to meet somebody new that I could potentially call family. Because they are family. So like it'd be just be nice to meet somebody nice for a change. You know what I mean? In this economy. But so then they asked me because they're like, well, hey, what are you? You know, they start asking me about why I named my son a specific name, what it means, and then they got into, well, what are you? What are your parents? Where do you come from? Kind of thing. And then I told them, I was like, you know, I'm Mexican. My father's family's from Spain and Mexico, and then my mother's family is Scottish and Irish, and you know, blah 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 blah, all this other stuff, right? Then they start talking about how it's not good to mix blood like that it makes the blood too hot and it can cause problems and all this shit that just sounded really fucking stupid. I got really fucking mad and I was like, why don't you just come out and say it with your full chest that you're fucking racist and you don't like me? Like, just say it. Like, don't be a pussy. Like, just come out and say it, bitch. Like, but they gotta say it in a way that's backhanded so they could backpedal. It's crazy too, because I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, it's crazy. Like, some of the family members that I found out, some of them were not very good people. And, but other family members will defend them to their grave. And then I'm just like, but y'all don't like me? Because y'all don't even know me. Y'all don't like me like that. Um, so then I was talking to my friend about it, and I was like messaging her, and I was like, "Oh my God, these Italians are racist. They are." It's not all of them. I'm not saying like all of them are, but somebody was being a little funky dunky, you know. Um, and I didn't exactly appreciate it. I guess is what I'm gonna say. Yay, the shed. That's so nice. Anyways, I didn't really appreciate it, but somehow the relative who I was talking about, their phone was synced up to like my shit. Um, and so then they were like, "Hey, we saw that what you said in your messages." I was like, "How the fuck did you see that?" And it got to the point where it was like very like creepy and kind of controlling, right? Like that felt weird. I was like, "That's fucked up," and I was so embarrassing. I was so embarrassed because I was like, I felt very violated by that. Like me telling my friend just jokingly, like, "Hey, you know, they don't like me because I'm Mexican, and la la la, and I'm stuck here," kind of thing. With people who don't like me again. It's just so funny. This shit keeps happening. This shit keeps happening. Like, um, and I guess in another way, I could have not been such a pussy and came out and told them how I felt. You know, like, hey, I don't really appreciate you saying that kind of shit. Um, it was a very strange, um, dynamic. But yeah, so it's just funny because it's not funny at all. Okay, well, how do I say this? It's not funny. It's actually maddening. I get mad. Sorry, I have like fallout under my eye right here. Um, and right there. Oh, you get a cotton pad. Anyways, it makes me very mad that after all this time to still deal with people saying the dumbest shit. And then I was just like, so what does that mean? You don't like my kids? Like, are you like if you're are you telling me that my kids have bad blood, that I ruined your sacred bloodline by having children? So that all that being said, I don't really be fucking with them like that. Anyways, I had a nightmare. I had a nightmare. Um, and the nightmare involved us going to see them. The nightmare involved us going to see them, and they were basically trying to just get rid of me because they didn't like me. And it's just so dumb. That's fucking stupid to me. Yeah, here's the thing: as somebody who grew up with like not much, like not much of nothing, right? House. jumping, couch surfing, basically homeless, single mom, work 2 jobs, too hard, whatever. Don't fucking care. Somebody who grew up very poor with not a lot of family, not a lot of anything, at all. It's kind of like whatever the fuck fate started handing out handouts, you know. It is so bizarre to always see somebody be like, "Hey, I don't like you because you're this or that," you know. And like I grew up with that shit all the time. I was never white enough or brown enough for anybody, and um, you know, that's just so stupid because we're all people. We're all people. It doesn't matter. Um, but then as I grew up, I realized that a lot of people from the Hispanic Mesoamerican kind of culture, we all dealt with the same kind of bullshit from our family. It's like a toughening thing they do where they start picking on you for your insecurities, or they notice one thing about you and then they gang up on you all at once at the barbecue and start roasting the ever loving fuck out of you. And I was wondering, I was like, why do they do that? Like, why why was that happening? Like, why did y'all treat me like such shit? But it happens to every Hispanic fucking family. It is like it's like a breaking of the spirit of individuality, and it's very hard for people to come out of that okay without body dysmorphia or um poor self-image, or how do you say, like being hypercritical of yourself because your entire family um ganged up on you at the barbecue and said some of the most foulest shit and didn't stop laughing. And when they stopped laughing, then they said more fucked up shit and kept laughing. So it's just better to shut up, sit down, and like do not like alert anybody of your existence when they're drunk, you know, or high or whatever, you know. Um, so yeah, I just thought, I was like, man, I thought I was through with that kind of stuff. I thought like by cutting out and cutting off a majority of the people who treated me like shit as a child, I thought that I was good. I was set. Like we were all right. But then it's like around every goddamn motherfucking corner was another stupid remark about my identity as a person. And it's okay to be curious. I'm not saying, you know, you could ask questions. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem I have with people asking questions is that they ask them like they're a loaded gun. Then they're playing Russian roulette with me. And they click that trigger and they click that trigger and it's like click, click, click. And it's a loaded gun. And they're just sitting there and they're saying shit to my face. You know what I mean? Like, is that hard to deal with? Oh, fuck yeah. Of course it is. Because, like I said, I was overly excited. I had my defenses down. I was like, man, we have new family members. This is so cool. Um, and then I was like, damn, there's something that happens. They call it, some cultures, they call it a snake bite. And like, there's a whole shaman-esque, shaman-like type of initiation that happens from the literal universe, the planet itself, where you will be like a silly little kid in La La Land, like the fool, Le Idiota, the zero, you know, the beginning card in the tarot, and you're on the edge, on the cliff, and you are like in love with life, and you're about to fall, and your instincts, the dog, is barking, like, hey, dumbass motherfucker, hey, 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 you know, and you're just like, ah, off that cliff, that kind of naivety. And I had that, and then the serpent's kiss kind of comes into play where something happens. There's pain. Pain causes awareness and a lesson. And because it was so painful, the lesson was so painful, it leaves like a supernova in your brain, a mark on your existence that you could always kind of trace back and go to. And it can always be felt to an extent. Um, but that's what it felt like. It felt like it felt like I had gone so far away from that serpent's kiss from a child. being like, oh, I'm different because of the pain taught me, the snake bite taught me initiation, over and over again. Uh, Pain, and then rhythmic pain, just pain, stupidity, pain, stupid, fuck around, find out, basically, is what I'm trying to say. But in different terms, it is like they call it the serpent's initiation, the serpent's kiss kind of thing. Some act of pain that comes out of literally nowhere, kind of like the tower card, let's call it that, and the tarot, the tower card. Some kind of divine form of pain, lightning strike hits the tower, and you fall out, and it causes chaos. And through that chaos, restructuring and reordering can be done. But first, you have to break the chains that bind you and keep you safe. And so, how to do that? It has to be an external force, it has to come in like a lightning strike out of nowhere. And so, also like a serpent's kiss. Do you understand? Um, Now, is that extremely frustrating? Yeah, because I want to be happy. I think that as there's just this mammalian need for pleasure as well, for your fucking brain to develop correctly. For it to be a fully developed brain, you need all types of experiences on the entire part of the spectrum, and it's not fair, right, or correct to just completely live in pain and suffering all the time. Sometimes you need happiness, pleasure, and joy. Okay, you do need to balance out the sorrow with the other things. But I think that the most aggravating part of this whole experience, like going so far away from that kind of supernova, snake serpent's kiss of pain, of realizing that there's something below the surface I cannot control, your origin, your genetics, things like that. There's something that people just fucking hate about me. There's something that is in my body that people will just, they find it grotesque, disgusting, and they hate me for it. They fucking hate me and they don't even know me. And so you have to accept that. And that's a very difficult thing to accept. So that kind of acceptance, that sucks. Because like there is like, let's put it like a metaphor. The metaphor of you got bit, you're like, no, this isn't happening, this isn't happening, this is not happening, this is not happening. And you can sit there and say that a million times, but babe, it's happening. It did happen. It's happening right now. Um, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna let it take over your whole body and become paralyzed? Or are you gonna just stop, drop, and chop? You know what I'm saying? Like it is so then the pain from the, oh god, that snake came out of nowhere. Then then you're like, where did that snake come from? You start overanalyzing this scenario. Where did that pain come from? What the fuck happened? Well, it was a Tuesday, the clouds were out. Then you start having to fucking like depose. Like it's a deposition of your memory. Like, well, was the car coming from the left or the right? Well, you know what I mean? Like you have to start like analyzing, or you naturally will start analyze, like if you have half a fucking brain, you'll start analyzing like what happened, like what the fuck happened, like what was it me, was it them, was it us, was it the stars, was it the universe, what the fuck was it the taco I ate that morning, was it because the sun came out, like what the fuck was it, you know what I mean? You start like, and that's when people develop triggers. They're like, oh, the smell of burnt coffee always makes me go to a dark place, because it's that the olfactory is connected to that, experience via. And it's just wild. It's wild. It's bizarre. It's crazy. All of this to say, I didn't think that like I would be sitting in someone's living room that I had just met, and them asking me about my origins, and then being like, "Oh, that's not good." Like at that time, my son was already 12. Um, I think it's a little too late for you to be calling shots on who should be able to be in your family and who your family should be able to fuck and reproduce with. I think it's a little too late for that shit, for you to even comment on that. But some people have no filter. I have no filter sometimes. But there's nothing in my fucking body that would ever compel me to ask somebody what their fucking genetics were and then comment saying it's not good for them to go and choose someone to fuck and find love. There's just not a bone in my body that would be like, you're not allowed to do this. No, because it's love. It's not about sniffing out genetics and being like, oh, this is the prime time deal. This is the genetic lottery of the century. That is stupid. And that's like whenever people get allegedly so smart, they're actually really fucking dumb. Like, if you just follow your instincts and you're like, oh, well, I love this person, I want to have a child with them. Or sometimes, fate takes over and you have a fucking baby. Okay. Sometimes shit hits the fan. Okay. And some people just wind up with the baby. Hey, I'm one of those shit hit the fans kids, right? That's me. I'm that. My mom was on birth control. Her tubes are tied. Hi, what's up? Um, yeah. But the Lord did not appear to her and say, hey, you're going to have a child. I think it was the police. And no. What happened was she found out she was pregnant. She was going to get on a fucking plane to go live. She was moving to Hawaii with my brother and her friend. Like, her friend was like, I have this opportunity to go live in Hawaii. And my mom was like, fuck it, we're going to do it. And at the airport, she found out she was pregnant. And I don't know how. Whatever. I don't know how. I don't fucking know how. This is what she told me. And she didn't get on the plane. She turned around. She went. Honestly, she should have just cut and run. She should have took my ass to Hawaii. But she was like, "There's no way I'm pregnant. There's no way I'm pregnant. My tubes are tied. I was on birth control. There's no way I'm pregnant." There I was, proving her wrong, proving that science, being that 1%, that like 99.9, 0.001%. Just me, what's up? Hi. I was at like Life Finds a Way, bitch, where they're like, yeah, not all contraceptives work. Proof. Fucking proof. Hi, what's up? How you doing? But yeah, I just, anyway, so yeah. One time my mom called me up on fucking Christmas Eve, like right before Christmas, and she was so drunk, kind of like, she was like, I'll never forgive you, me, for not allowing her to live in Hawaii because she was pregnant with me. I was like, I wasn't the one that went out and fucked some person. Well, how is any of this my fault, honey? Like, don't be on the. I should have told her on the Lord's day. You're gonna call me up and tell me it's my fault for you not living in Hawaii, bitch. You're stupid. Anyways, I don't know. Am I the smartest person in the world? No, but maybe I'm just cursed with an awareness. That like you don't do that. Like, I don't know. A normal person would not call up their daughter on Christmas Eve and be like, "Hey, I don't know if I said New Year's Eve earlier. I'm fucking tired. I'm about to go back to bed." I would not call up my fucking daughter or my child Christmas Eve and be like, "It's your fault that I don't have a good life because I decided to have you." That's not my fault. You're fucking stupid. Sounds like you don't know basic biology. It sounds like you sound like a child. Like, that's some childish shit. Anyway, so I cried that whole day. I cried that she ruined my whole entire. It was so narcissistic. She ruined my entire Christmas. I was just like, she was like, not only did you ruin my life, you ruined your brother's life. And I was like, bitch, if you hate me, say it with your chest. Don't get drunk and call me up and be like, you ruined my life and you ruined your brother's life. Thank you, dumb whore, kind of thing. I was like, what would compel you to say that to your child? Like, girl, just say you hate me and move on and delete my number. Like, get lost. But no, she's like, whatever. That's what I was saying. Like, she was admirable sometimes, but then other times it was like, Jesus fucking Christ. God damn. What compelled you to say that? Hi, you're fucking mean. That was fucking mean. Anyways. Yeah, that was fucking mean. And insane. That's just so mean. Anyways. Yeah. The fuck ever. It's just so mean. Anyways. I don't even know why I was so. Oh yeah, because like I thought like as an adult, naively that I would not have to deal with these problems of racism, colorism, being colorist, whatever. Um, I didn't think that that kind of shit would follow me into adulthood, but it did and it has. And like honestly, I don't give a fuck if you hate me because I'm not white enough or I'm not brown enough, like I'm not light or dark enough for you. Or if you hate me for what's underneath my skin, if you hate me because I'm this or that or the other, whatever. I don't care. I think that's great for you. I think that you are allowed to fucking hate me. That's so cool. That's badass. Like hell yeah, do it harder. Um because you'll never hate me as much as my mom did. So fuck you losers. No, I'm kidding. Um Yeah, but no. But for real, like if you hate me, that's fine. It's a free world. You're allowed to do whatever you really fucking want. Um, but to me, it is such a blessing when someone says it to my face because I'm like, I ain't ever gonna fuck with you like that again. Thank God. Like for real, like wow, what a great thing. When someone is a straight up fucking bitch, cunt, dickhead straight to your fucking face. When they have the audacity, it is so nice because it's not a random viper strike while you're walking through the Amazon. It's not like that. It is a blessing. It is Mr. Krabs, I have an idea. Fucking SpongeBob coming down with the fucking ukulele and some fucking wings he got from Party City. Okay, it is a fucking blessing. When someone sits there and they're like, you are too fucking white. Fuck you, I hate you. I'm like, oh, thank God. Get the fuck out of my way. Thank you. Like Ganesha, open the road. Like get the fuck out of my way, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like you know how like you know who Ganesha is. Anyways, the road opener, the remover of obstacles, kind of thing. I'm like, oh thank God, get the, oh yeah, hell yeah, get out of my face. Or if someone's like, you're too Mexican. I don't like Mexicans. Blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, thank God. Okay, bye. Boom, you know, uh, like they're just that's so great for you. That's great. Thank you for being honest with this questionnaire. Um, get the fuck out of my face because I'm never gonna fuck with you again. Like straight up, it's not that hard. That's so cool. I love when a bitch hates out loud because I'm just like, oh, hell yeah. Okay, cool. Because it's like, if you are going to be a disgusting, racist, snobby piece of shit, please do it out loud because you are saving people so much time. So you're figuring out say what you mean and mean what you say. Um, you know what I mean? Yeah, like for real, for real. So yeah, I don't know. Like when my mom told me that, I was like, man, I'm fucking done with her. Like for real, after all the years and me being like on the fence, wishy washy, like she's like narcissistic and I'm codependent kind of thing. And then New Year's Eve, it was just like the to my throat, like the viper strike to my throat, and I was just like, and like with my last breath, I was like, man, fuck you, you know. And but you know what? Honestly, let's be honest with that. Let's be honest with that. What a way to open a bird cage and release the birds. What a beautiful way than your parent saying some of the most horrible, heinous shit to you on like a special family holiday. And then instead of you turning all of that pain onto your family, because that's what they want you to continue the cycle, you know, you to just stop, accept that kind of blow and be like, you know what, when I'm done, I'm gonna piece myself together. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna finish wrapping presents after everybody goes to bed, and I'm gonna handle my shit. And I cried. Yeah, I cried, but I didn't let my kids see me crying, and I didn't let them know what was going on like that. I handled my shit. I sucked it up eventually. I was like, wow, holy shit, you know what I mean? And I tried to talk to my brother because, he's very much older than me. And I tried to talk to him. I was like, hey, you know, you got lucky. You got to go live with your dad. And I know your dad wasn't perfect. Like I said before, the dude shot a cop in the face and went to jail for it. He wasn't perfect and all that shit, but like I told my brother, I was like, I had to live with our mother my entire life. No one else, nobody ever came to save me. No one came to save me. I had to endure her wrath, raw, pure, unfiltered, by myself, while you were hours away living with your dad. I didn't have any of that. And I wasn't trying to be mean to him, but I was just like, you got it, you got it good. Your father had a home. You had stability. I was couch surfing, homeless, like dealing with the wrath of our mother. And yeah, so please do not ask why I am the way I am. Because, I mean, unless you got a couple hours to sit down, don't ask questions that you are not ready to get answers to. Um, but yeah, I think that it's just it's a lot. I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful to have outlived my abusers to an extent. Some of them. I have ambivalence for my mother. I've told you guys this before. Um, I'm grateful for the opportunity to heal, and hopefully she has an opportunity to heal on the other side. Um, I know from experience the lessons don't stop once you die. I think that in America, the big white agenda is I was like, I hate racist shit. And I'm like, all these white people out here. No, I'm kidding. No, but the big white agenda is to get you, like, to be colorless, to be in love with the color beige, to be monochromatic, like, no culture, no nothing. Nothing. Like, have you ever seen that episode of The Fairly Odd Parents where Timmy's dad becomes a fucking Nazi dictator? And, dictator, that's such a funny word, dictator. He becomes a penis potato. I'm sorry. Ew, gross. Okay, stop. But yeah, Timmy's dad, because like he didn't get with Timmy's mom, so his dad becomes a fucking like horrific dictator. And he's like, everybody has to smile. And if you don't smile, you're gonna die, kind of thing. And everything's like gray. And it's like, dad is watching you. And instead of like big brother's watching you, it's like 1984 shit, you know what I mean? But it's like, father is watching you and like smile. And if anyone didn't, if we weren't smiling all the time, he like, it's just a funny, interesting episode. Yeah. Um, yeah, it was just interesting. But yeah, it's like, when you die, it doesn't stop. Your soul, whatever electrical impulses are in this meat soup, the puppet puppeteering, the meat soup kind of thing. There's just this whole other realm. There's this whole other aspect to living. It's just you're living without your body, kind of thing. Yeah, you're living in a body now, but then you're living without a body. It's like a snail without the shell. Kind of motherfucker slug, right? Or let's be honest, this motherfucker slug up in there. But yeah, it's kind of like that. But there's like this whole another realm on the other side that's just is just different. And there's so many of them. There's so many opportunities to do different things and to choose different paths and to witness different things and to grow. To grow. Let's be honest. To grow. All these serpent's kisses are opportunities for you to rise to a challenge, accept it, and grow. And even if you don't rise to it and you don't accept it and you don't grow, you're still learning because there is much knowledge to be gained within the act of decomposition. There really is. There's much knowledge to be gained within the act of dying, within the act of death, within the act of decomposition, and within the act of resurrection. Like I always say, practice resurrection at your own discretion. And what that means is that, you're gonna fuck around and find out. But like, have you ever seen Full Metal Alchemist? I'm just kidding. No, but like, you know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to get all like, oh, trauma, trauma, trauma. But the truth is that we're resilient. Humans are very, very fucking resilient. And the powers that be, like in human form, that govern like this shit, they just want us to be kind of like black and white, basic, easy to put into categories, easy to fill out paperwork, easy check boxes, they love categorizing and putting things into boxes. Compartmentalizing, I believe, is the word. But whenever you are extravagant, eccentric, and very mixed, it's difficult for them to do that. Like, go ahead and look at, like, whenever you have a child, the birth certificate, they'll be like, are you white or are you Hispanic, non-white? And then whenever they are chasing down a Hispanic male or something like that on the news, they'll categorize him as a white person. Um, ever since, like, I've been through like World War I and World War II. How do you say, like, from my family's shit, their like paperwork from World War I and World War II. Um, these are dark brown men from fucking Mexico, and they have them listed as white people. Shit, man, there's fucking colorism for sure. Like, what? Like, they'll be like, oh, are you, and like, oh, like during World War II, they were not fucking worried. They were not. I'll let you know, they were not fucking. They wasn't fucking worried about where these motherfuckers came from, because my grandfather fought in World War II alongside his father. I think, yeah, yeah, he was like, I don't know if he was drafted or if he just went himself, but I found the paperwork and they were like white. It was like, so, like, whenever they want people, it's very easy. Like, that's very easy, just clump people into a box, into a hole that you fit into, and then they can organize it and keep track of it, and it's good on paperwork. But they don't want all these wild goats on the mountainside interbreeding, making new things. If you talk to anybody who is like a wildlife specialist, you'll understand that even with trackers on animals that they do find and they do capture and release so they could watch them, wolves can literally travel all over the planet other than Antarctica, unless they get a fucking boat, you know what I'm saying? But wolves will, no boundaries. They will go wherever they fucking want. People used to think that they were extremely territorial and they stuck to certain territories. But then whenever they found out that they fuck around just like coyotes. Coyotes just fuck around, and coyotes be fucking. They'll fuck dogs, they'll fuck wolves, it doesn't matter. Then they'll make hybrids, and then those hybrids will go make more hybrids. And the truth is that we don't just have these very, like, when you get into the flora and fauna of what the earth is, it is unlimited potential manifest. It is unlimited potential manifest, and they want to stop that because it's getting out of hand. We can't keep track of all this. It's not up for you, baby. Sometimes you just gotta let that shit drag, let that shit fly, let it happen. Sometimes people be fucking. Sometimes people make hybrid children. Sometimes you got a kid that is black, white, Mexican, Asian, Indian, all kinds of shit. And guess what? All that little motherfucker wants is love, food, attention, some laughter, a safe place to lay their head at night. It ain't that fucking hard, bitch. But they want to like gas it up and make it. Well, you have to have a job in order to afford a home, to afford food, to afford a place to sleep, to afford, they want servants. They don't want people that follow their heart, that follow love, that just, if everybody accepted the racist agenda and stayed within their own race, it would be easier for them to be like, okay, you go here and you go there. it would be easier for them to point out and pinpoint and figure out, and that's not okay. That's not okay. That's not all right. But like back to the flora fauna thing, we cannot, if you talk to any wildlife specialist, we cannot sit there and say there is a mountain lion. There is a because the truth is that every 5 years the game is changed. We physically cannot keep up with the new species that are constantly being pumped out on planet Earth due to climate, due to natural environment, due to species breeding, due to, how do you say, it's not like radiation, it's the differences with the genetics. It's how do you say, when a sunflower becomes like, it's not radiation in the genes. Some of that is it. It's like the rare. Whenever a gene is activated because of different environmental stressors and hormones, it morphs into that gene becomes activated, and then a new breed is morphed within the womb, and then it's there. And if you don't call it, guess what it does? It goes out and it finds love in some way, shape, or form, integration, unity, blase, blase. It finds that, and it becomes, and it grows, and then you have something new, and it's fascinating, and it's beautiful, and it's something that should be embraced. It is not something that needs to be nullified, culled, or stamped out. I don't think there's anything wrong with people existing, loving, doing their mammalian business, you know what I mean, like getting it, having children. There's nothing wrong with that. But like I said, the big white agenda, the big whites here in America, it's so stupid sounding. Yeah, no, it's true. The big white agenda is to keep everything black and white, to keep everything easy to understand, from a logical perspective, because it needs to be controlled. But the truth is, nothing on this planet can be controlled. Um, but they try with fear and chemicals and poisons and lead and stuff like that. They try to an extent, but life finds a way. Hi, living proof. Life finds a fucking way. And if you are just crazy enough, if you have that little spark inside of you, which kind of, yeah, we all do have a little soul inside of us that puppeteers us. Even AI does. Even the computers and the electronics, they have what? Bitch, electricity. But they also have crystals in them and metals and pieces that were the earth. Now it's manifest into a new form. And that's kind of something humans do. We raise up these elements from the earth like little alchemists, and toss them up and make new things with them using this and that and this and that, and it's exciting and it's fun and it's, whatever. Um, Bizarre, let's say bizarre, but yeah. Anyways, I don't know what I was fucking saying. My back hurts. I need to go drink some water and I need to go to bed. When I wake up, I'm sure my hair is going to be so fucking fuzzy and curly because it's wet and damp. But yeah, hey guys, take it easy. Don't be so fucking hard on yourself, because I know I'm hard on myself and I don't need to do that anymore. I need to find forgiveness and love within my own self for myself and just say, hey, look, fuck it. Chill out. Shut the fuck up. Chill out. It's not that serious. Like, we're all gonna die one day. It's not that big of a deal. Like, chill the fuck out right now. Like, while you're here, shut up. Shut up, sit down, enjoy yourself. Hey, have a nice cup of coffee. Drink a glass of water. Like, it's not that big a deal. Here's a secret. You're not gonna get out of this alive. Okay, here's a secret. Okay, I'm not gonna put on mascara right now because if I fall asleep with mascara on, it's not all the way dry. They get like crusty and smushed, and then they're like throwing up signals, and it's just fucking weird. But yeah, it's not that big of a deal. Life is weird. It's funky. I'm chunky. It's all good. Um, okay. I have to go edit this video. God damn it. God, I have to listen to myself. Fuck. Okay. I don't know what I just said. Let's just do this. For entertainment purposes only, 18 plus, viewer discretion viewer discretion advised. I advise you as your lawyer. What else? This is all a joke. I'm just an artist. It's an art project. What are all the other things you could say to just be like, um, Blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? A little bit of that. Yeah, 18 plus entertainment purposes only. Yeah, entertainment purposes only. If you're not a dolphin that lives in LA, I don't want to talk to you. Okay, goodbye.